Have you ever wondered what the Bible says about financial wisdom? Is it all just give to the poor, or is there more to it? Now, we're not suggesting that the Bible is some hidden treasure map leading you to a pot of gold. But if we dig a little deeper into its teachings, we find some compelling advice on money management that still rings true today. You see, the Bible isn't just about spirituality. It also contains powerful lessons about living a balanced, fulfilling life. And yes, that includes how we handle our finances. But let's clear up some misunderstandings first. The Bible doesn't say that money is evil. It says the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. That's 1 Timothy 6:10 for those keeping score. It's not money itself, but our relationship with it that can lead us astray. So with that in mind, let's talk about a particular biblical story that offers some financial wisdom, the parable of the talents. This parable, told by none other than Jesus Christ himself, is not just about talents as skills or abilities. It's also a story about money. The talents in this context were actually a form of currency. From this parable, we'll explore 3 key lessons: the importance of investing, the rewards of risk-taking, and the consequences of inaction. Investing isn't just about growing wealth, it's about making the most of what we have. Risk-taking, on the other hand, isn't about being reckless. It's about seizing opportunities and having faith in our abilities. And inaction? Well, let's just say that the servant who hid his talent in the ground didn't fare too well. So grab your shovels, folks. It's time to dig into the parable of the talents and see what financial wisdom we can glean from it. It's not about striking gold, but about discovering a treasure of wisdom that could change how we view and handle our finances. So let's delve into the parable of the talents and see what financial wisdom we can glean from it. The parable of the talents is a story told by Jesus in the New Testament. It's about a master who entrusts his servants with his wealth while he goes on a journey. Now this master, he had 3 servants. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to the last he gave 1. A talent, for those of you who might be scratching your heads, was a significant sum of money in those times. So off goes our master, leaving his servants to their own devices. Now the first 2 servants, they had a bit of an adventurous streak. They took their talents and invested them, taking risks, making deals, and as luck would have it, they managed to double their initial sum. Now that's what we call a return on investment. But what about the 3rd servant, the one with just 1 talent? Well, he dug a hole and hid his master's money in the ground. No risks for him, thank you very much. Time passed and the master returned from his journey, eager to find out what his servants had done with his wealth. The first 2 proudly presented their earnings, showing off how they had doubled his wealth. The master was overjoyed, praising them for their good and faithful service. Then came the 3rd servant, dragging his feet, his face as long as a wet weekend. He handed over the single talent, explaining that he was afraid of losing the money, so he hid it. No gain, no loss, right? Well, the master was far from pleased. He chastised the servant, calling him lazy and unproductive. That single talent was taken from him and given to the one who had 10 talents. The master was pleased with the first 2 servants, but angry with the 3rd. But what does this mean for us? Now that we've heard the story, what lessons can we draw from the parable of the talents? It's time to unpack the treasure chest of wisdom hidden within this biblical narrative. Firstly, the parable underscores the importance of resource utilization. It's not just about what you have, but how you use it. The servants who invested their talents and multiplied them were praised, while the one who buried his was reprimanded. This encourages us to be proactive and creative with our resources. In the context of modern finance, this could mean investing our money wisely instead of leaving it idly in a savings account. Secondly, the parable encourages risk-taking in investment. The servants who gained more talents didn't do so by playing it safe. They took calculated risks. Similarly, in today's financial world, playing it safe might keep your money secure, but it won't necessarily grow it. Take the stock market, for example. It's a bit of a roller coaster ride, but historically, it has proven to be a worthwhile investment for those willing to buckle up and hold on tight. Thirdly, the parable warns against inaction due to fear. The servant who buried his talent did so out of fear, and this inaction led to his downfall. Fear, while a natural human emotion, can often hold us back from reaching our full potential. In the realm of finance, fear can prevent us from taking the necessary steps to grow our wealth. It's like standing at the edge of a pool, afraid to jump in, but the only way to swim is to take the plunge. But remember, these lessons are not promoting reckless behavior. Rather, they're advocating for informed decision-making, responsible risk-taking, and active participation in one's financial growth. So, as we delve deeper into the world of finance, let's keep these lessons in mind. Let's be wise with our resources, courageous in our investments, and proactive in overcoming our fears. So, biblical financial wisdom isn't just about giving. It's also about wise investing, risk-taking, and avoiding inaction. But how can we apply these lessons in our day-to-day life? It's simpler than you might think. Let's take the parable of the talents, for instance. This story tells us to invest wisely. In today's world, this could mean diversifying your portfolio or seeking advice from a trusted financial advisor. The parable also encourages us to take calculated risks. We're not suggesting you bet your life savings on a hunch, but rather make informed decisions that could potentially yield high rewards. Finally, the parable warns against inaction due to fear. Financial success rarely falls into one's lap. It requires action, determination, and sometimes a little bit of courage. These principles, while ancient, are incredibly relevant in our modern landscape. They remind us that financial wisdom isn't just about making money, but about making smart, informed, and ethical decisions with what we have. So next time you think about your finances, remember the parable of the talents, because biblical financial wisdom might just be the key to your financial success. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more biblical financial wisdom.